Alright guys, one last video for everyone out there that seems like they had major frustrations with Adobe Spark, either with that security screen that wouldn't let you past, or people saying they couldn't upload pictures. Some people said they wouldn't let them in there with a password. I'm not quite sure why so many of you had problems with Adobe Spark. It seems relatively easy to use, but if you still can't get on after you watched the first video, then this is the one you will use. So there's one other way to do this project that I will accept it, and it is by using PowerPoint. So on your desktop, you guys, most of you have the PowerPoint logo. Um, don't pay attention to the mess in my desktop. So here's PowerPoint. You're going to open it. You will start a new blank presentation. Same thing as if you're doing the Adobe Spark. Give it a title. Yours should maybe be a little prettier than, the background. You could play around with it, make it look nice, whatever you want to do with it. Format the background. You can give it a gradient. There's all sorts of different things you could do with it. Whatever. You can mess around with all that, but that's not what I'm here for. So in the subtitle, make sure you put the topic of whatever you are researching. Okay. Now from here, it's pretty much just making a PowerPoint like you normally would. So you put a new slide, but instead of adding when we do PowerPoints in class where I have conditions and factories or something like this, right? And then you have a bunch of notes that I expect you to copy down. Instead of doing that, you are going to narrate your research over images. And that is where you make the PowerPoint first. So you're just going to make a bunch of slides. If you look at my directions, you need to have a where and when slide. That introduces where the IR started, when it started, and why it started where it did, which you could probably put all on one slide with one image. All right, if you did the research, you would know the answer to the question is England, Great Britain, in like the 1700s. So what you're going to do then is based on your research, though. So you're going to, there's two ways you could do this. You can either go to the online pictures feature right here, or you can open up Google, go to images, however you want to do it. For my purposes, I'm just going to use the online feature right here and use the Boom or Bing search. So Industrial Revolution starts Great Britain. Just be as brief as possible, see what comes up. I always unclick this Creative Commons only. Don't use someone else's PowerPoint slides that already look like slides. Let's see what this is. Sure, this would probably be a good one to use. It definitely mentions all the resources that England had, which is why it was a good place to mentions all the industrials and industries and stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your narration will help explain the map. So you have this map set in place, all right, and then maybe your next one you're going to have conditions and factories. Again, you're going to have most of this just be images. Factory conditions, industrial revolution. You could even go through and pick all your pictures out first. It's sometimes an easy thing to do. So this is a lot of child labor stuff. Let's see, this one looks pretty good. You could see that these machines were pretty dangerous. They had all these wheels exposed. Easy to get this guy's loose pants snagged in. Easy way to rip off a leg. So anyways, you're going to have your images, all right? Then what you're going to do to narrate, this is the tricky part. So once you're done with it and you save it, all right, so now you have your research in front of you, you have your script in front of you, you know what you want to say. Then you're going to turn on this toolbar right here called Mix. Right, and then when you turn on Mix, it's going to let you insert audio and do slide recordings, which is right here. Okay, so when you have Mix on, it's going to click this, all right, and you can go slide by slide, and then you just record. All right, so you hit record. This presentation will be about the Industrial Revolution. And you could either go to the next slide and just keep recording if you're ready for that. I will be talking about the conditions in factories. Next slide. It started in Great Britain in the 1750s, blah, 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 blah. Next slide. And then you got to know what you're going to say. And that's how you record in PowerPoint. It's pretty straightforward. I don't know why it doesn't let you go back a slide once you're done. I've actually don't use that often. And then when you are done, you simply hit stop. And it saves the recording. And if you want to preview it, I didn't start from the beginning. Let's see. Close that. And then from the slideshow, from the beginning, this presentation will be about the Industrial Revolution. You can go to the next slide. Next slide. Actually, don't use that often. There you go. That is how you use PowerPoint Mix. And that will be the last option for getting this project done. Good luck.